Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Roman Reigns is undoubtedly the biggest name to emerge from WWE in the last decade. However, the OTC's booking over the last year has not sat well with wrestling veteran Vince Russo. Since dropping the undisputed WWE Universal Championship to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41, Reigns has completely transitioned into a part-timer. He was then involved in a bloodline civil war that culminated on Raw's Netflix premiere. The OTC has made very few appearances on TV programming this year and is currently engaged in a three-way feud with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, Vince Russo noted that WWE has done nothing with Roman Reigns in the last several months. Reigns has competed in just one singles match since his loss to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. However, he will also be in the main event this year, where he will face CM Punk and Seth Rollins in a triple threat match. Vivek is a part of the combat sports division at Sportskeeda Wrestling. An engineering graduate, he joined the division 3 years ago because of his passion for pro wrestling. A fan since childhood, Vivek recalls the first show he watched was WrestleMania 21, where John Cena won the WWE Championship. Despite being a part of the WWE team, Vivek's favorite wrestlers are Adam Hangman Page and Darby Allin from AEW. Hangman's storyline with Kenny Omega and The Elite was one of the reasons he started watching AEW, and he feels the star's rise to the top resonates with many. Darby's unparalleled passion for the business makes him his second favorite. He strictly adheres to Sportskeeda's ethical standards and conducts thorough research before writing on any topic. Apart from working for Sportskeeda, Vivek is also a finance student. He loves to follow the stock and crypto world, studying the market in his free time. The air was thick with tension, not the kind that builds before a title match or simmers between rivals in a heated promo, but the kind that creeps in when something sacred is being mishandled. That's something, Roman Reigns, and one veteran of the industry, has had enough. In an exclusive interview with wrestling analyst and former WCW manager Eric Creed, the seasoned voice didn't hold back his frustration with how WWE has booked Roman Reigns since the fallout of WrestleMania 40. "What have they done?" Creed said, shaking his head. "You had gold, once-in-a-generation momentum, and now it feels like they're slowly dismantling it, piece by piece. This isn't just idle criticism. It's a deep dive into the missteps, missed opportunities, and mystifying creative choices that have turned the once untouchable tribal chief into a confusing shell of his former self." From 2020 to early 2024, Roman Reigns was the face of WWE. His tribal chief persona wasn't just character work, it was art. He brought legitimacy, gravitas, and presence to every segment he touched. Flanked by the bloodline, his reign was the kind of long-term storytelling WWE hadn't dared to do in years. And then came WrestleMania 40. Cody Rhodes finished the story. Fans erupted. Tears were shed. The torch had been passed. But what happened after? "They built Roman into a god," Creed continued. "And when he finally lost, they didn't give him a new path. They just took him off TV. No redemption arc. No evolution. He disappeared like a glitch in the Matrix." Indeed, since dropping the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns has made sporadic appearances, offering neither closure nor continuation. The Bloodline saga feels fragmented. Solo Sikoa is attempting to lead. Paul Heyman is caught in limbo. And Roman? He's adrift. Some fans and analysts believe this is part of WWE's long game, that Roman's silence is building to a bigger return, perhaps a shock comeback at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, that repositions him as an anti-hero or even a full-fledged babyface. Creed isn't buying it. There's slow burn, and then there's neglect, he said. What they're doing with Roman? That's creative negligence. You don't ice the most compelling champion of the past decade and expect fans to stay invested. He's got a point. After years of dominance, Roman deserved a powerful post-title loss story, a crisis of leadership, perhaps, or a struggle with identity. Instead, fans got silence. In the absence of meaningful development, the Bloodline faction feels like a house missing its foundation. Without Roman, the Bloodline is a shell of its former glory. Solo Sikoa has tried stepping up, even asserting himself as the new head of the table, but Creed calls it what it is. Solo's a killer, no doubt, but charisma isn't transferable. He's not ready to carry a faction built on Roman's aura. Not yet. Adding to the chaos is the increasing tension between Sikoa and Heyman. The wise man's loyalty is being questioned. Jimmy Uso is injured. Jay is off doing his own thing on Raw. And fans are wondering if the entire Bloodline story should have ended at WrestleMania instead of limping along without its leader. Perhaps what stings most for veterans like Creed is what this means for Roman Reigns as a performer. You don't get guys like Roman often. He reinvented himself in real time. He turned boos into gold. WWE should have had a plan for what came after he lost, not just what led up to it. Instead, the tribal chief who once closed every pay-per-view is now a ghost. No sit-down interviews, no cryptic messages, just echoes of a legacy that feels unfinished. To be clear, Roman Reigns is not forgotten. His presence still looms over every Bloodline segment. Fans still chant his name, but absence, as Creed argues, doesn't always make the heart grow fonder in pro wrestling. It makes the fans restless. The longer WWE waits to bring Roman back with purpose, the more damage they risk doing to the character he worked so hard to build. There's still time, Creed admitted, but you need a reason, a moment. Roman can't just show up and act like nothing's changed. The world moved on. He has to evolve. Will WWE pull the trigger on a new version of Roman Reigns? A humble tribal chief, a dangerous lone wolf, or even a reluctant mentor figure for Solo? The pieces are there. The Bloodline saga could still have a third act, but time is running out. If WWE's social media numbers and YouTube metrics tell us anything, it's this: the WWE Universe still cares. Roman Reigns remains one of the most watched superstars across all platforms. Fans aren't asking for him to reclaim the title. They're asking for closure, or better yet, rebirth. There are a dozen compelling paths they could explore. Roman versus Solo in a brutal civil war for the remains of the Bloodline. Roman appearing in a completely new setting, NXT, perhaps recruiting a new family. Roman acknowledging his fall and plotting a slower, darker comeback. Roman facing Cody again, but this time as a man, not a god. The potential is limitless, Creed said, but not if they keep him on the shelf. So what have they done? They crowned a king, they let him build an empire, and when he finally fell, they forgot that even kings deserve a second story. Roman Reigns didn't just hold a title, he held the audience, and as of now, WWE is leaving both in suspense, dangling legacy over the edge of creative inertia. Creed's final words sum it up best. Roman Reigns was the best thing WWE had going in 20 years. Don't let that end in a whisper.